welcome to class. In today's live, I'm going to be interpreting the third house. So we're going to be breaking down the third house. Yesterday's lecture was about um, how to best utilize your third house energy, and so we're going to be looking at that today. And so, if you are new to me or to the channel or to any of my content in social media land, my name is Kay Catrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator. I am an intuitive energy reader, and I help open-minded, ambitious, beautiful women transform their lives by utilizing their natal charts. I teach you how to navigate your natal chart. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into it real quick. I'm going to share my screen and then here. Okay. So we're talking about the third house. Okay. Now, I'm going to speak first from the topic of if there's no planets in the third house, okay? And then I will go into if there are planets in the third house, okay? So wait, hold on. Stop sharing. Let me make sure it's not sharing. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up. I want to pull up a chart that doesn't have anything in the third house, so that way, not when you go back and look at the replay, you'll see. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, like, but it has planets there. I don't want you to like be confused because with astrology it's easy to be confused. Okay. All right. So now let me share my screen and then we'll go back to the other chart. Excuse me. And we'll go back to the other chart. Okay. So I'm going to look at it first from the perspective of if there's no planets in the house. Okay. So you're just evaluating the house, the significations of the house. So you're learning what the house represents in your life. And then you're looking up Pisces energy. Okay. In this case, it's Pisces energy. And so you're looking up that energy. And then you are put together how this life area is going to be expressed through this energy. Okay. So Pisces energy is a very spiritual, it's a mystical type energy. It's very connected to like the psychic realms. Like it's a lot of mediums and people who can connect with the spirit world. I have water energy, most specifically Pisces energy. Pisces energy is also, it's kind of like a kind of soft spoken energy, and so your communication is going to be, it's going to be like, you're going to have like a soft undertone to how you communicate. It's also kind of mystical too. So having Pisces on the third house can kind of make your thoughts a little mystical as well, or sometimes it could manifest as like you may be a very logical person, but you might it might be sometimes things be a little cloudy, and it might take you a little longer to have to think of it. Okay. And so this is what it would be. So when you are looking at your chart, you want to first understand what the house represents. Okay. Understand the energy. Okay. And you then once you understand the energy, then you can kind of start putting it together how that will be expressed. Okay. All right. So if y'all hear some noise in the background, that's my little dog. All right, so that's that one. Now, if you want, now I did say, because the homework was to do that, and then it was also to, it was for you to interpret it, okay? And so then for you to also add in your Mercury. So if you want to do that as well. Okay. So now I'll go back to the other chart, the one that had the planets in it, so that you can see how that. You have to understand each planet separate, okay? And then it's more. Let's just say that it's more layers, okay? Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Okay, there we go. I am so waiting for this. Okay, so while I am waiting for things to the chart to switch to the one we had, I do want to let you know that I'm so super excited. The Understanding You University student community is open. I'm so excited, and I did announce it to you yesterday. I announced it to you all yesterday before I announced it to the general public. And so I'm so super excited. It is open. I'm going to put the link in the comments for you to enroll. It is going to be like, I'm excited. We have a student forum, homework. That's where I'm able to be so excited. And this is just going to enhance your learning experience, okay? Because it's not like I'm not going to be like grading quizzes and stuff. We'll do like Q&As, and you can bring the quizzes there, and we can go over them there. Like I'm not going to be grading them. This is just for you to be able to test your knowledge, to really hone in on what it is that you're learning, so that you can best utilize this information in your life. So I'm so super excited about that. In the comments, it is absolutely free. There's two levels. There is the student level and the scholar level. The student level is the free level, and you can join at the, you can come in at the student level, and if you decide you want to take it up a notch and do the scholar level, you definitely can. But I will make sure I put the link in the comments. Matter of fact, let me do it now. And then, will it let me? It may not let me. Hold on. And so the link is become a UIU student.com. Become a UIU student.com. All right, there you go. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to go and go back over that chart. Um, okay, so third house here. Okay, what is this? And how do okay, there we go. Okay, third house. Okay, so we know third house is okay, it's communication house, right? And so then you have Libra on this house. Okay, Libra is balanced energy. Okay, it's all about balance, justice, and love, and fairness, and all those things. And so, the best way to utilize this energy, right? And I think that's what we talked about. That was the lecture yesterday, was how to best utilize it. And so, having Mercury here in the third house, Mercury loves being in the third house. Significations of Mercury and the third house are very, very similar, pretty much about the same thing. And so Mercury functions optimally in the third house. Okay. Mercury being in an air sign. Okay. Air sign. Mercury loves being in air signs, especially Gemini. Gemini's quick energy. Mercury is thought is very planet, so it moves quickly. It likes being in Gemini, but it also likes being in the other air signs of Libra and Aquarius as well. Okay, and so for in this chart, in this here, thinking very balanced. The best way to utilize this is like if you are, you're going to be somebody who thinks very, balanced. So you can take that skill, and so when you are communicating with people, you are going to be able to see things from all perspectives, which is going to help you to be able to get a more objective answer when it comes to, if say it's like a debate, you would be, hold on, sorry. Okay, you would be like the mediator. You would be like the one who would be able to get people to see both sides of the story, to be able to come work amicably to come up with some type of solution or whatever. Okay, or you would be the one who you may be the one who could think of like the best you know social events. Okay, and so you might be the person who everybody comes to be able to help them to plan events or to whatever the case may be. But when it comes to communication, the best way for you to utilize this particular in this chart, for them to utilize it, would be to they're balanced, because they communicate very in a very balanced way, and I know they speak in a very balanced way, in a very even keel way. Then that would be the best way for them to, that's how they would be able to best utilize that energy, instead of arguing with people, come up with a solution. Solution can't be found, then conversation is over. Okay, now having Saturn here. Now, I told you guys when um, you are looking and you are evaluating the chart. Some people say interpret. I say evaluate. It's all the dang on same. Okay. But when you're evaluating a chart, right, you have to take into account each um, each placement, okay, within the house. Okay, so what does Mercury in the third house mean? What does Saturn in the third house mean? What does Pluto in um, the third house? Okay, now then you also have to look at what does each one mean in the sign of Libra? How are the energies expressed when they are in the sign of Libra? Okay. Then aspects. Because they are so very close, because you have to look at degrees. When it comes to aspects, aspects are based upon the degrees. Okay. And so the degree and the location of the placement in regards to the chart. Okay. And so you have to look at the degrees and so see how close these are. So this is, um, they're conjunct. They're all conjunct each other. So the Mercury is conjunct the Pluto. The Pluto is conjunct the Saturn. Saturn is conjunct Mercury. They're all conjunct each other. Okay, which makes what's called a stellium. Okay, and so I do have. I believe I have videos on aspects. I know I have it on the stellium in the prerequisite courses here on the channel. But if you are, once you get your membership, there is a prerequisite, astrology basics there. Okay, you can click it there and it'll link you back. But either way, you go and watch that because it explains what a stellium is, and it also talks about. I'm pretty sure I have it on aspects in there as well. Okay. And so then you have to look at this. Okay, now have this person having Saturn in this house. Okay. Um, Libra can sometimes be a very up in the clouds, just wanting things peaceful and balanced, not wanting to deal with conflict. And so having Saturn here can um, make the Libra Mercury more grounded. Okay, so it's not so much up in the clouds in its head, that it's more grounded. It can also, when it comes to communication, just Saturn alone in the third house can make you be somebody who does not, you don't do small talk. Okay, when you're talking, it has to have some type of a meaning to it. Just to be talking isn't something that someone with a Saturn in the third house, that's just not appealing to them. Okay. Now, having Pluto, also having Saturn in the third house can make make the person want to be a teacher. It could be because Saturn is the planet of restriction, but it's also the planet of karma and lessons. And so, having Saturn in the third house, you could want to be a teacher. Okay. Um, Having Pluto in the third house. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. It's also secrets. It's also about going down in depth, and getting to the root, to the bottom of things. And so you may be having Pluto here could um, make you be somebody who like you could always be kind of skeptical, like when you hear stuff, and not that too good to be true, because some stuff like that a rock could tell, that that's not true. But like it just kind of makes you skeptical of a lot of things. And it makes you always side eye or kind of side guess. Um, things, or kind of like when people say certain things or whatever. And then so you have them all together, and so you have to put it all together. Okay. And so once you do that, um, so having Saturn here, um, another good way to utilize. Now, if you are a business owner, okay, and you have Saturn in your third house, best way to utilize that would be to go out and teach about whatever your business is in. Okay, so social media, and then because Libra's here, okay, social media is a good way to build the business. Okay. I think when we did the marketing strategy. Now, if you missed that lecture, you definitely want to go back and check that out, because that one was fire. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna go over here, but you go back and check that lecture out. Um, I'll add it to the community tab. I'll do it to the community tab when I get off here. Okay, so then you have, but like I said, if you're a business owner, and so you have Libra here, okay, Libra is a very social energy. It loves beauty and all of that. So social media, okay, is a great way to build a business. For business, you would look here, 10th house, okay? Taurus here, Taurus on the 10th house. So this person would, Taurus is a slow energy, but it's a very energy. It just moves steadily. It does thing, and so would be a very, very good avenue for this into market, because you have it's social media, but it's where you're teaching. Okay, and so you can really, really teach on YouTube, because people come to YouTube to actually learn. All right, and so you have YouTube, and then YouTube is a very constant, consistent, steady. It's not a get quick, fast type of platform, and so not a get quick, fast type of energy. It's a slow and steady wins the race type of energy, and so that would work really well. Okay, as far as marketing. So that there is just to show you how to utilize, how you could best utilize your energies in order to let me stop sharing. Okay. So that they're showing you how in chart how it would look once you start interpreting it, evaluating it. Then that right there will that shows you how you can best utilize that. So I hope that made sense. Um, if not, we can have Q&A tomorrow. We'll go ahead and just and then that way you can bring your questions so that you can get your questions asked. And if you have questions and you haven't you're not going to be able to attend, you can just leave your questions in the comments of this video, of this live, and then I'll just answer them on the Q&A. Okay. All right, and so that's all for today's class. Homework: evaluate your third house. Third house, and find on the third house if you want to, get fancy and throw in the Mercury. See if you can interpret those two energies. That'll be cool. If not, no worries. That's just a little extra sauce if you want to try it. And so yeah, that is it. Also, I put the link for the student community. It is in the comments of this live. So excited about that. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Remember, possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, then you can definitely hold it in your hand. And that should make you smile, because you really do create your own reality. Have a good one.